The range of things I've been working on in Procreate in the last week has been pretty cool, and this is definitely one of my favorite pieces so far. What is good, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for being here. Today, we're going to jump into another episode of what I've been working on in Procreate in the last week. This is a really cool series where I show you exactly what I've been working on in Procreate as a professional digital artist inside this fantastic app. So let's waste no time, jump straight in and have a look at what's going on. All right, so if we look here inside Procreate, there have been 4 main pieces I've been working on the last week. There's been other bits and pieces as well, but these are the 4 main ones and the 4 that I wanted to show you. The first piece is an update on a piece that I showed you in last week's video of what I've been working on in that week. And that's the piece up here on the top left, my Star Wars flash sheet. I've been able to make a few changes here to the sketch, but I've also been able to jump in and get all the line work done, which I'm super happy about. This lightsaber piece here is really cool. I wasn't really feeling it when it was in sketch form, but right now, absolutely loving it. And there's 2 other really cool pieces there as well. I've definitely had a few comments on this flash sheet already. A lot of people thinking it's looking pretty cool, but I do need your help. I am trying to think of something to do up in the top right-hand corner, possibly one more piece here, and maybe even a smaller piece in the middle there. So yeah, let me know if you have any ideas down in the comments below. Some cool little interesting traditional Star Wars flash designs that I could draw up, add them in here, and then eventually you will be able to get your hands on this as well. It will be up for sale, so keep an eye out for that. I will definitely let you know on the channel. So far though, I'm really happy with this. The line work turned out amazing. I was using the Studio Pen to outline this. We can find here in the brush library Studio Pen. It's usually under inking. I usually just find mine in the recent category of your brush library. It'll always be at the top. And as I always use the Studio Pen, it's always usually at the top of that list. So that's it so far. Again, let me know if you can think of any ideas for in here, but this is looking really cool. I think I'm gonna do this full color in the end, very traditional style. The next design I was working on was a skateboard concept. I do quite a few skate decks. I design them, I paint them. Haven't done one in a little while. I did start one recently. I was filming it for this channel, but I had a problem with my footage. I won't go into it right now, but I did get some new acrylic paint in a pastel set. It's actually these 6 pastel colors here that I got, and it really inspired me to create a deck just using those pastel paints. So what I've done here is a skateboard concept. I've utilized the word create along with some of my flowers in each corner. I've got my orbs in the background as well. And what I'm doing here is I'm just playing around with that color. I'm not too sure if this is going to be the final color palette, and obviously there'll be a lot more going on. There may or may not be shading. I'm not too sure. I may even go cartoon shading with this. No soft shading. That'd be very hard shading, just with another darker color. But this is a great way out there. If you're not too sure what you want to do and you are working on something like a skate deck or a canvas and you want to get things sorted before you start doing these concepts, because it's a great way to have a plan of attack before you start doing them. I'm going to get in over the next week. I'm going to finalize this a little bit more, and I may even show you again in next week's weekly Procreate work update. All right, moving right along. Next up was a pair of shoes that I was designing. I have a white pair of Vans sitting around that I never did anything with. I bought them to do a design on years ago, and I never did anything with them. So I decided what better time to jump in and start to do another concept design for those shoes. And with shoes, obviously the shoes being something a lot more 3-dimensional, you're working with curves. It's definitely not a super flat surface. For me, it is really important to have a concept like this ready to go. And I wanted to base this around the number 13. The number 13 is very important to me. It's my son's birthday, so it definitely holds a place in my heart. I think I want to do these shoes similar to how I do my murals, kind of like in the background here on my studio wall, possibly even just have the black lines, but have it really rough like I've sketched it on there. I think that'll look really good, especially with the whole 13 vibe, these brush strokes here as well. This is a really cool piece now with the new animated Spider-Man movie coming out, which is amazing. If anyone out there hasn't seen it, go watch it straight away. It's absolutely fantastic. I thought I'd take one of my older pieces and redesign it. Now, originally what I did is I drew Spider-Man here in the middle with the flowers, and it looked really cool. It was a full color piece, but I didn't really have any purpose for it. It was just a digital design, and I wanted to do something better with it. And I thought I'm actually going to design this for a body part. I thought, why not start doing designs where I've got a specific body part in mind, kind of like what I used to do when I was a tattoo artist back in the day. So I do have a couple of templates of body parts like this. In the background is a calf outline, essentially showing us the grid lines for that part of the body. And then you can design to that, or take a design and try and mold it into that area. And at the moment, I'm loving this. So what I did is I took my initial concept of Spider-Man here. I've redrawn a couple of flowers, trying to make it fit. I've enlarged the flower down the bottom here because I think that'd be really nice with that overall flow of the piece. But I've also added a bit more New York in there too. I've had the pole coming through the background there, the signpost, and I've added in a couple of those iconic New York street signs, the one-way signs there. And I really think that adds a lot of depth. It really brings Spider-Man out, but it adds another point of reference in there for something else in the piece. because Spider-Man by himself was really cool, but I didn't think it was enough, and I am loving this. And again, I've got my orbs in there, which is looking really cool. And that was it for my week in Procreate. As I said, I did have a lot of time into those 4 pieces. There is one other bonus piece as well, which I do want to show you. I finished this off for a friend of mine recently. This piece here is probably one of the most detailed pieces I've ever done. I absolutely love this. Again, leaning more into that portrait realistic world, which again, I don't do a lot of. I know I've done a couple of pieces, but for me, this is really pushing me as an artist, and I absolutely love this design. I'll be talking about this more coming up, so keep an eye on the channel. I did this for a very specific purpose for a very special friend of mine, and we're going to be looking at getting this printed and getting it framed and given to him. So keep an eye out for this, but I just wanted to add this in as a little bit of an extra at the end of the video. But apart from that, that is my week in Procreate. I hope everyone's had a fantastic week. This is a series which I'm going to do each and every single week, so keep an eye out for it whenever it comes up. I think it's great as artists that we can share what we're working on and what we're building to and some of the processes we're using. If you've liked today's video, please hit that subscribe button down below. It doesn't cost you anything at all, and consider joining up to my YouTube membership program. It really would help me grow as an artist and support me and help me bring you these videos each and every week. Apart from that, I appreciate each and every one of you, and until the next video, I'll catch you then.